Hey there, it's Jody Sutter of the Sutter Company, and it's Just Ask Jody. It's that time when I take a question from an agency around an issue that they're having with business development, and I'll answer that question in 4 minutes or less. And today, the question is, how do we handle a client who is behaving badly during a pitch? So I'm going to assume that by behaving badly, what's being referred to here are things like unreasonable requests, and that might be requests for free work, or it could be requests for ownership of that free work. It could be things like changing the rules of engagement mid-pitch, or maybe withholding information, either information that you think is important or potentially essential for you to respond in a meaningful and thoughtful way. Or maybe it's just that the client is being rude and disrespectful. So the first thing that I would do is to make a check of your behavior and your reaction against your selection criteria. I want you to go back and look at how you have decided you will qualify your clients. Usually when I talk to my agency clients about this, what they tell me is they qualify their clients, or they look for clients that are going to be respectful of the creative process, collaborative, appreciative of the value that the agency brings to the table. And yet what surprises me is that many of these agencies seem to show a high tolerance for bad behavior in a pitch situation. Now, if your prospective client is displaying some behavior that you don't like, one of the things that you can do is you can call them out on it, but you also want to pair that with a suggested or a preferred protocol, something that you feel would be a better way to approach the situation that will lead to a similar high quality result. Now, in the case of unreasonable requests like asking for free creative work, I also think it's worth exploring why they are asking for it. So see if you can engage them in a conversation to find out the root cause, the root reason behind that request. Often I find when it comes to free creative work that is code for a client saying, you know, hiring an agency is risky and we don't have a better way of mitigating that risk. In other words, when you can understand the root cause of that behavior, then you can offer meaningful alternatives. Now, the other thing I think you have to be prepared to do as well is to be willing to walk away from the pitch. You'll be in a much stronger position to do this if that client already believes that you have something unique and valuable that they're not likely to find anywhere else. Not only does it make you feel more confident about walking away from a client who's behaving badly, but it may force them into a position to be willing to adjust their behavior in order to keep you in the mix. That's it for now. If you have got a question that you'd like me to answer on another Just Ask Jody, you can email that to me at jody@thesuttercompany.com.